This is the Spartan Body and Mind Podcast. I'm your host, Seth Winterhalter. Question of the day: when should I work out? When should I work out? Before we get into that, if you're watching this on YouTube, throw us a quick like, subscribe, punch that subscribe button. Is that what the kids say today? Leave us a comment. Tell us what you took away from this and what you're going to put into action. If you're listening to this on a podcast, we would love if you would rate us, review us, get the algorithms to go up, give us a 5-star review, and let some other people know about the podcast. Want to make sure we are trying to help a ton of people get healthy, fit in body, mind, and soul. So, back to the question: when should I work out? 3 times: morning, afternoon, evening. Let me give you some things to think about with each of those categories. If you work out in the morning, here's what's nice: you can get it done. It's just done. It's over. You don't have to think about, when do I fit this into my day? Again, I talk about routines, and no matter when you do it, it should be a part of your daily routine. And you should dial it in and you should prioritize it. But it is nice to get it done in the morning. That way you don't have it. No matter what comes up, you're not tempted to then prioritize something else in its place. So that's a win. Get it done. It's also nice, I think, to start the day. Like, I prefer, if I could, the issue for me is getting enough meals in, having enough energy to do the workout I want to do. But if I at least have one good solid, if I get breakfast in, then a couple hours later I can work out. But that means that 8 a.m., 10 a.m., that's about the earliest I usually eat breakfast. I'm up by 6, having coffee. I eat breakfast at 8 a.m. That means the earliest I really want to be in the gym is 10, which again works on a Saturday. It doesn't work Monday through Friday when that's prime work hours, prime creative mind work hours. So, but it is nice if you could start the day with a workout. Man, that's a good win. That makes you feel good. Energizes the day, gets your mind going. So I know a lot of people that love to work out in the morning, and I can see why. It's a good way to start the day. So A, you get it done. B, you start the day with a win. Here's the issue: can you really feel a workout to get after your objectives? Now, it just depends what your objectives are. If your objective is just to get into the gym, boom, easy peasy, probably a great time. If you're not focused on increasing your lifts, lifting heavier and heavier, lifting more repetitions, that's just going to be real hard if you're fasted, if you aren't fueling the body. Now, I know people that, they do the whole intermittent fasting and they swear that their workouts are awesome. I just don't know them, right? I know them that say that. When I look at them, I would not want to replicate their body. But now that's just me. I want to be as big and I want the biggest muscle while having the most sculpted, right? I want to keep my body fat percentage around 10 to 12% max. For me, I'd love to be around 8, but I also want to be as big as possible. And I know I can't do that for me and my body, working out without fuel, without specifically carbohydrates driving my workouts. But maybe you can. That's why it's good. You don't have to make a choice and then stick with it the rest of your life. You can try different things, right? Always good to test. Check it out. But that's where I would encourage you. Be mindful. If you are going to work out in the morning and that's one of your concerns, I would make sure that you're eating a really solid meal at night, probably 2 hours before you go to bed. Again, you don't want a heavy meal sitting in your stomach when you're trying to sleep. That might be uncomfortable. But if you could eat 90 minutes to 2 hours before you go to bed, that's going to still be in your system to drive you when you get up. So be more mindful, more intentional about the specific food you put in your body as your last meal in the evening to be able to drive you when you get up in the morning. And then you might also be mindful of then what you eat in the morning. Maybe you wake up and you have an hour. If you have an hour before the gym, even a half an hour, there are some specific things you could eat to power that, to get a little more out of that workout. You also might be more mindful of having an intra workout, right? A carb drink that will shuttle some glycogen into those muscles. Okay, morning. How about afternoon? Afternoon could be right noon, 2. That breaks up the day. That's kind of nice. You almost get a 2-day split, right? Kind of have your first day, your whole morning hours, whatever that 4 to 6 hours of work you get done. Then you go at lunchtime and you work out. And now I've got kind of this whole second day that I get to use in the afternoon. I found that really I've enjoyed that when I've used a 12 p.m. Workout. I feel that. I feel like I kind of have 2 days in a single day. So that's kind of nice. Breaks up the day, gives energy to the afternoon. Nice to kind of have a reset. I don't know about you. Some of you, during that lunch, that 12 p.m. to 2 p.m., you kind of start to get kind of groggy, you kind of get sort of tired. Now that may be because of the food that you're eating, if you're eating too rich of food, too much food for lunch, but it also could just be maybe it's I don't know, maybe you worked really hard, you got a lot of mind workout, now you're just kind of feeling the realities of that. Nice to go have a workout, get a reset, get some energy going into the afternoon. The issue with afternoon workouts, the only one I can really think of is the shower component, right? You got dressed for you're at work, you got dressed for the gym, and now do you go back to work? I'll just let you know a little secret. I do not like public restrooms. I do not like public restrooms. And so just using a urinal in a public restroom is bad enough for me. Taking a shower in a public restroom, I would rather die. So that's going to be a difficulty for me, right? I'm not going to want to shower, and I'm not going to want to go back to work all sweaty. So it's always kind of an issue, is how do you make that work? Maybe you don't care. Maybe you'll go back to work a sweaty mess and you'll just love it, and you'll gross out your coworkers by stinking. Whatever, you do you. Just some things to think about. Morning workout, afternoon workout. How about an evening workout? This is when I right now work out. I call it the evening. I work out at 4 p.m. Some of you might work out really late. Some things to think about that. Here's some good things. I like working out at 4 p.m. because it's kind of like the day's over. I'm done with the predominant heavy lifting work of my day, the heavy mind work, the people work. I get to just kind of go and detox and de-stress and enjoy some it just tells me my day's over. It's nice to have a kind of a separation, right, from work to then home time with kids and family. It's nice to have a separation where you don't go just from work straight to home. I get some time for myself just to reset, to recalibrate, to try to bring my best, right? That way work doesn't bleed into my house. So I think that's a good reason to have an after work evening workout. Here could be the problems with an evening workout. Excuses start to creep in. Oh, I'm too tired. Oh, it was a hard day. I'm going to skip today. I'm just, you're going to have to fight excuses. That's why in the morning, you don't really have, you're going to get it done. Afternoon, probably less excuses then because the day hasn't totally happened. And if you kind of have a bad morning, it's kind of nice. You're kind of like, man, I got to get out of the office. I'm going to go work out. I'm going to go reset. Evening, that's where the most excuses are and that's what I find that most people that work out in the evening, unless you're a very strong creature of habit, you are probably the most sporadic with your workouts. So you just got to build a habit. You got to get after it. So when do you work out? Well, you kind of have 3 options, morning, afternoon, and evening. Know what are the wins and also know what are the things that might hinder that workout. I hope this has helped. If we can be of further help, join the Facebook group. Spartan Body and Mind. Search us in the Facebooks and join. We'd love to have you there. Join the community of people getting after it. Also, want you to consider the Spartan Program. Again, it's a 90-day total makeover for your body and your mind. We are going to dial into the physical components of life, nutrition, activity, and recovery, your rest, your sleep, but we are also going to dig into the mind. There's a reason why you are the way you are right now. There are limiting beliefs, there are distorted priorities, there are things that we need to reset so that at the end of the 90 days, not only do you have a transformation of your body, you have a transformation of your mind so that you keep the habits and rhythms that have gotten you the transformation. So that's what the program is. you can go to thespartanprogram.com, thespartanprogram.com, and check it out. There are links in the show notes. Until next time, go lift weights.